Welcome back to the Neighbors Podcast and Merry Christmas. If there is something I love about this time of year, it is reflecting on all of the things that I'm grateful for. And one of the things near the top of that list is this podcast, but you specifically. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us this year. And I love when I see someone out in public who listens to Neighbors and you tell me which conversation meant something to you or encouraged you or challenged you. That is why we do what we do. We're so grateful for what 2024 held and we're so excited for what 2025 has held. But today is special because it is a Christmas themed episode. We had Caitlyn on today, and I mean, what doesn't the episode have? We give each other surprise Christmas gifts that we make each other wear for part of the episode. We talk about our Christmas pet peeves and other Christmas traditions, and then we get a little serious. We know the holidays are hard sometimes. We know that this year has held hard moments, and we talk about what those were for us personally and how we can continue to move through seasons and hold on to the hope that we have in Jesus and in the Incarnation, which is why we celebrate Christmas. So it's a good one. We're so excited to wrap up the year with this conversation and so many exciting things to come this next year. So keep tuning in, keep leaning in, and keep showing up. We love to have you here. Here's my conversation with Caitlyn.
Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Batmobile lost a wheel in 1988. That's what Zeke sings.
1988?
That's what he sings all day.
What's the actual lyric?
I have no idea. He has different ones. The Batmobile lost a wheel, and Robin did ballet. That's one he does.
Well, doesn't he do the armpit farting?
Can
you do it?
No, I can't do it.
I can't do it. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
This episode's gonna come out on Christmas Day, which is just in a couple of days, which is so fun. And we're decked. Look at us.
I'm so excited. Do you see what I have?
Look at me. I'm being crazy.
Okay, you are rocking a vintage thrifted sweatshirt that you got in the mail like an hour ago.
No, literally newly thrifted. So
not washed.
If anyone caught the episode, I think it was last Thanksgiving-ish. It was our Christmas gift guide episode. I had my sister on.
Yes.
And we talked about how she thrifts and how much I don't like thrifting because I don't like the smells and it's just, I don't like the whole experience. So I like her to thrift and then I buy things from her. So anyway, she sent me a picture of this last week and said, I found this cool vintage Christmas sweatshirt. Do you want it? I said, yes, absolutely. And I knew I wanted to wear it today on this episode, but it got in the mail literally last night and I didn't have time to wash it.
Does it smell?
Well, I'm too afraid to smell it. I can't smell it from here. So
fun fact about me, which my dad ingrained in me as a wee little girl. You have to wash every piece of clothing before you wear it. He washes, if you go to Target and get a shirt.
I don't do that.
And so now I have a thing. Now the only thing that I let slide are socks. Okay. I don't wash socks before. Anything else, I have to. There's a smell.
There's a new
smell. There's a new smell. I don't want the new smell. It's a smell. Because he says, you don't know who the heck tried this thing on.
Oh my gosh.
You don't know where it came from.
That guy.
So new, thrifted, anything I have to wash.
So he wouldn't appreciate that. Not only no, but this goes against literally everything I believe in, right. The fact that I have it on, I do have a long sleeve shirt on underneath, which is good. So nothing's touching my skin.
There's a barrier.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's talk about your little number here.
Do you see?
Is this a Christmas story I've never actually seen? No, Home Alone. Home Alone.
Oh my goodness. You need to repent and apologize to the listeners.
Please, with the repent.
This is Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone.
Kevin's face is front and center.
This is a tropical shirt, like a Hawaiian shirt.
It's like a Hawaiian shirt with Home
Christmas.
Alone. We have Harry and Marv. We have the Wet Bandit van. We got the mom. Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Because, which I'm sure we'll get to later, Home Alone is by far my favorite Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, Home Alone 2.
Okay, I don't know the difference between any of them.
What? New York City.
Okay.
New
York City. Yeah. That is the best one.
Okay, we're talking, when I'm referring to Home Alone, I want to make it clear, though, I'm referring to 1 and 2.
3's dead to you?
Anything else after that, because they're fakes.
Because it's different actors.
It's different
right?
actors.
Yeah.
It's like 20 years later.
Yeah.
That doesn't even compare.
Sure.
Home Alone 1 and 2.
Yeah. Okay, so and your shoes.
And my shoes. Okay, so we know we have to
Look,
open up
you
with
need
the
to kick
shoes.
it up a little
You
so
know
they
we
can
have
see.
to open with the shoes. These are
Not Mary Jane's.
No, they're not Mary Jane's. They're a Doc Marten Oxford that are so gorgeous. I mean, I would say
that I got for you.
not just you, excuse you.
Okay, well, I was part of it.
But I would have to say that these and another pair are the most gorgeous pairs of shoes I've ever owned.
Please stop calling them gorgeous.
They are gorgeous.
It really elevated your look.
Oh my goodness. So there's me, you, and 2 other friends, and we have birthdays October, November, December, January. So what we've been doing is
the year of the shoe.
The year of the shoe. We all pitch in, get each other a nice pair of shoe. And so I sent this to you. You didn't come up with this on your own.
No, I don't know that I would have. That would have been a risky thing to come up with. I mean, I think we could have done it.
Yeah.
But your style's confusing because it's like you keep saying I have standards and I have lines I don't cross, but the lines are scribbled, swirled, zigzagged. Like there is not a clear box of like what's in your style and what's not. And so it's like sometimes I'm so confident I'm going to send you something like I think you need these. Like, oh, those are heinous. Like I would never buy those. I have a line. And then other times you send something, I'm like, wait, but this is inside the line? Like
I get exactly what you're saying. And I don't have a reason for it.
Which God bless your husband. To buy a gift for you is tough. Like, or something big like that. I can buy like an accessory for you, no problem. But
sure.
So you did have to give us some hints for those.
No, I told you, like, if you don't get me these.
Yeah. No, and then you asked again, like, are you getting me the Oxfords? Like, seriously, please stop asking. Okay, so it's Christmas, which is so fun. And we have a gift to all of our neighbors.
Surprise. Oh, no. Sorry. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, no, then we'll get that. That also is going to be a gift for everybody. No, so we are announcing that we are launching a Patreon, which is so exciting. It's going to be called The Neighborhood, which if you don't know what a Patreon is, because I honestly didn't either, it's basically a place that you can subscribe each month to and join kind of like our community. And so what that means is once a week, Caitlyn and I are going to come out with episodes, kind of like a podcast, but way more casual. The tagline that we have for The Neighborhood is called, is real life, where real life happens.
Right.
Which is, that is hard to say now that I
always mess it up and I say
where real life happens. Should we give them a taste of the jingle?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so we open every episode with this jingle. Welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Where real life happens.
Ding.
We need like a bell or something.
We do need a little like ding. And yeah, it's much more communal than like the podcast world because you're going to be able to join and we can communicate on there. So you can submit questions that we can answer. And each week we have different segments. We're going to talk about what God's showing us that week, what hilariously embarrassing or weird stuff has happened to us. It's just going to be like a very candid, again, like real life episodes. And we started out doing audio and video, and it was so hard because we're not doing the whole podcast setup that Wes does for us. I was on my own with the setup, and it's so hard to set up with the camera. It's just like a lot. And then we couldn't get the camera working. The last episode we recorded, the camera stopped recording.
The angles and the lighting.
So it's audio only, and we can't be held accountable to like look good every Monday. It just can't happen.
I'm not putting my face on every Monday.
But this is we record every Monday and we'll upload it. And I think it'll be really fun. So it costs.
Where do they go?
Okay, where do they go?
Do this?
You go to patreon.com/neighborspodcast, and we'll link it in the show notes. We'll put it on social media, and the cost is $5 a month, but that's the minimum cost. So you're allowed to, if you're feeling generous, this podcast does not make money. Actually, we're in the red. So if you feel led to support financially, you can put in any amount monthly, and that'll go to support the podcast and all the things. So sign up And it's going to be awesome. And this will also be like, we could do exclusive events for our Patreon community, like in-person events, which would be so fun. First access to merch or events or whatever it is. It's just going to become like our community, which I think will be so fun.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, the heart of it is just to talk about real life, like just to be relatable. We don't really know how not to do that. We just be ourselves, and we think there's just like solidarity in talking about the struggles of parenting and life and work, and like laughing at ourselves and laughing at this life, because sometimes you gotta laugh so you don't cry.
That's right.
Or do both. And then you laugh, then you cry, and then you cry, and then you laugh.
Yeah, so sign up and come hang out with us, and it'll be so fun. I mean, we'll just see what happens. We really don't know. Like, we've recorded 2 episodes, so if you sign up now, then you get access to the first 2 episodes, and then they'll come out every week, and and then we'll post, like, we can post random videos in there of us just being, like, stupid and fun. We're so fun. You should do, oh my gosh, you should do, like, a shop with me day, like a vlog.
Oh my.
Which a vlog is so not you, I know, but it would be
like come and try on shoes with me?
Yeah, and like then maybe we could get a taste of like the items you go for.
Oh yeah.
Or I could just follow you with the camera. Anyway.
Absolutely.
So Patreon's fun. Next up, we have something fun for our next gift to everybody.
Yes.
Also, Wes was saying it's ironic, our Christmas gift to everybody is the Patreon, but it's actually them it's not paying for it.
You have to pay for it.
It's a Christmas gift you pay for. Okay, our next gift to you is Caitlyn and I have purchased a surprise piece of Christmas wear. Mm-hmm. We don't know what each other bought. We bought it for the other person, and they have to wear it for the next little bit of the show. Okay. I don't think you're going to be able to wear mine the whole rest of the time.
Okay.
It came from a place that isn't making like the highest quality goods, if you will.
Okay.
And
all right, I want to see it.
Okay, you go first. You open it.
I'm going to open it? Okay. Yeah. Yours is nicely wrapped. I didn't know
you didn't even wrap yours.
Well, I didn't know we were doing that. But
what if we got each other the same thing? That'd be so crazy.
I know, I thought about that, but it's not. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So
yeah, you just pull here, I'll hold this.
Okay, hold this. Is this a hat? Oh, it's around the head.
Around the head.
Oh my goodness.
But I don't know whose face fits in there. So sorry, you're gonna kind of mess your hair up, but it's gonna be worth it. And then these are ornaments that you
didn't
decorated.
Wash this before.
Oh yeah, sorry, I definitely didn't wash that.
Okay,
is it gonna fit on your head?
This smells a little weird. Oh my gosh, this is the most unflattering.
Wait, we have to decorate it.
I don't know.
Wait, I have to move the mic.
Ow, this is amazing. I never even seen this. I feel very vulnerable right now. You know, I can't see out of my peripheral.
You can't even see your eyeballs. So, okay, let's just get some of these.
I could be sucker punched. I couldn't even see it coming. So please don't. Now, what are they hanging on?
Little poof balls.
Oh my goodness, my kids are gonna love this. This is incredible. All right, wow. This is
oh my god.
Absolutely.
Your chin is so far out of it. See, that's what I mean. Literally.
Oh, this is better.
That's amazing. That's better. That's much better. Your chin was coming straight out the front.
My chin. This is much better. What is this a poop? Where's
No, it's bottom left.
I can't.
No, you're
find
missing.
It.
It's like
this.
Pin the tail on the donkey.
Poop?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
So when I got this and I showed Wes, I said, "Yeah, she has to wear this the whole episode." He was like, "She cannot wear this the whole episode." All right, what's mine?
Okay. Mine's just in a tote. It keeps going. Okay, it keeps riding
Not
up.
the tote.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
wow.
but listen, this it's not just a Santa hat. So put it on and press the button up front.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Wait, what's happening to it?
It's like this. Wait.
Oh, that really scared me. Wow, this is wild. It's a dancing Santa hat.
Yeah, but
Look, you have to hold your thing because your chin will slide through the front.
Well, no, now it'll go up to into my mouth.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I'll have to put that on so you can see though.
Yeah.
My kids, have been losing our minds at home.
Oh my gosh, this is very fun.
So
our kids are gonna love this.
You can press it. You can press it.
Wow, that was wild. Of course you got me something that sings. That's so on brand.
It moves.
Do you need to take it off?
Yeah, I'm kidding. It's hot.
You can take it off. I really had like big hopes that we'd wear it for like a long time. But
I can put it back on now. Look at my hair.
Your hair's good. It's fine.
Is it fine?
Yeah, you just need to flatten it down a little, yeah. Save that for a rainy day.
Oh my goodness.
Should I leave mine on?
Yeah, please.
Okay, it's a little tight, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
But I'll leave it on for a little bit.
Okay.
It's like it's like the most structured
so
Santa hat
structured
I've literally, because it dances. That was wild. It
not
scared
like,
me.
And it hit the
I just thought it
hit
was
the fiddle.
The tree?
Yeah, it hit it.
No way.
And it was like, yeah.
Does it grow? Oh.
It goes up and then it goes. Here, wait.
Okay.
Because look at this. You have to watch this.
I have to watch it. But you're gonna hit the light for sure.
Oh, okay, I'll try to move it.
But it's fine.
Ready?
See this part? You don't.
Wait, look.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow.
Like, take this to a wedding?
No, you'll be the life of the party. To a wedding?
Yeah. We're going to a party tonight. Bring it tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that'll be acceptable at the party tonight.
Isn't that great?
That really is so fantastic.
Oh.
I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to cover
Not over the water. You good? Okay.
I'll put it over the trees.
Oh, my. No.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on.
Okay, so in the spirit of Christmas, we have some Christmas questions. So, favorite Christmas movie you already said is Home Alone.
Home Alone 2 specifically.
Sorry, Home Alone 2. Mine's Christmas Vacation,
City.
literally hands down.
Okay,
best.
by far. Okay,
by far. I do also love Elf.
Yeah.
Love Elf.
I love Elf. Yeah.
And this year specifically, kids-wise, the Grinch, the animated one from whatever 2019.
Love that one.
Oh, we're watching it every day.
Can I do my Grinch impression?
Stink, stock. Wow, that actually really did look like him. Your mouth moves exactly the way his does. Just like Jim Carrey.
You smell like a pile of beef and cheese. I think I took Elf's quote and made it into Grinch.
You did. You absolutely did.
When Buddy the Elf calls Santa.
Okay, what's your favorite Christmas tradition?
I mean, growing up, like, I have so many great memories. It was just it wasn't like these big things. It was just like simple. The night growing up, the night before, so Christmas Eve, we would turn off all the lights, light candles, and read the night before Christmas. What is it?
The night before Christmas.
Yeah. And then my brother and I our rooms were next to each other. So we go to sleep. And I would get up and go into his room, and then our parents' room was at the end of the house. So we would scream to wake them up, okay, because it was like 5 a.m. or something, you know, and we'd just be yelling out. Finally, they get up, but then they had to make the coffee. They had to get the camcorder. Big camcorder on the tripod.
I was always so annoyed. Like, do you have to have coffee before we open gifts? No, now I completely get it.
Well, I get it too. Even though I don't drink coffee, I'm like, I need to like wash my face or something. It's not. You don't just like get up and go.
Yeah.
So we're losing our minds because they're taking forever. And then 1, 2, 3, and then we'd run out. And my parents did it big. I mean, we had at least 50 presents each.
Oh
no, I'm like not exaggerating. We had the stuff. The big stuff and the Santa stuff sitting out, like the bikes and stuff like that. And then we'd all get in the living room and we'd just go to town on the unwrapping. So I don't have a specific, we don't do that same thing with our kids, but I don't know. It's just more of, I guess now my favorite would be Ron and I decided when we started having kids to do our presents on Christmas Eve because Christmas morning's so chaotic and we like, the kids are just everywhere and you're putting together stuff and everything. So it's been really sweet because the kids will go to bed and then we will do our stockings and our presents and then have time just together.
Yeah, that's cute. My favorite tradition. I mean, I still feel like we're making traditions.
Yeah.
But I just love like the making Christmas cookies to leave out for Santa. I have really fond memories of that from my childhood. And now like I'm just so excited to like for Sunny to decorate cookies and leave them for Santa. And 3 is a magic Christmas age.
Oh,
she is so captured by the magic of Christmas. It's like we pass one house with like one light and she's like, Christmas lights, can we turn around and go look at them? Like everything, Santa's coming, like we got to leave the cookies out. We got to put reindeer food out. Like everything is just so magical to her. And so like leaving the cookies out for Santa, I'm just really excited for. She also thinks that Santa is already here because we bought a Santa blow up that looks like he's climbing up the wall of our house. And so when we say like Santa's coming, she's like, no, Santa's here.
Right. He's hanging off the house.
And then I'm just like, you're right. Santa is here. He's just he's blown up on the house right now.
I mean, you really went for, you got snowmen.
We
and a Santa, and that's not like you.
No, and a tree, outside tree. We've always had a Christmas tree, but no, we went full tacky Christmas this year because it's just so fun with Sunny's age, and I mean, obviously Coco has no clue what's going on, but we've entered into our tacky era.
Yes.
I bought tons, so we've never been an ornament family.
I know you did.
Our
pictures.
tree, we would clip pictures on, which I really did like. But now that again that
now
we have kids, like
yeah.
we've gotten ornaments, and Sunny loves all the ornaments. And then we got 3 snowmen. We put them on our roof. One tragically fell to his demise, and he no longer lights up. And every time we come home, Sunny says, "Daddy Santa not working." and then Wes built like a light Christmas tree, and then it looks like Santa's climbing up our front wall. So we're fun this year.
We we do a star on the top of the tree, but we also do a sock monkey.
Yeah, that's so random. Where did that come
from? Ron had sock monkeys like growing up, like just like a pet. Like I'm talking, it's like he had a sock monkey, he took care of it. I don't know. I think it was just something in their family. It was just like a thing that they had a sock monkey. And then when we got married, he had one, and I'm like, okay, so it like sits on top of the tree. It's great.
It feels right for you guys. Okay. Do you have a favorite Christmas food?
Oh gosh. I just love any sort of treat, any sort of Christmas, a home baked treat. Like
a home baked treat.
Oh, you know what it is? An Oreo ball for me.
You do love an Oreo ball.
My sister-in-law makes some great Oreo balls. Any sort of homemade, you get that tin and it's got the homemade fudge and the Oreo ball and the cookie and you don't even know what half of it is. It's like things that
you don't see it any other time of year except in a Christmas cookie tin.
Right. They're smashing things together and then they coat it with chocolate. And I'm like,
and you're here for it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like any kind of treat, of course. But I love like a cider type drink.
You would.
That's my gosh.
So you got cider in your veins. You love, because you love a floral drink. You love a hibiscus.
I just
lavender.
I love a festive drink. If it's spring, I want floral.
But you also love things they shouldn't be in drinks.
Like what?
I've been with you, and there's been too many flowers. There's been bee pollen in there. There's been crushed up.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Cider
herbs.
is a very normal
drink.
But I do like to spice it up with some stuff.
But I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay. Well, I didn't ask you to like it. Okay. Christmas pet peeves. You couldn't think of one. I'm going to say mine.
No, I have one.
Okay.
I have one, and it's a hot take, but you go first.
I got to go first. And I know this is going to be a hot take for you because I know you do this. But my Christmas pet peeve is when everybody opens gifts all at the same time. We're just not one of those families. We're a one by one.
I'm not against that at all.
Oh, okay.
I think I actually would prefer. Now, let me clarify here. So, Ron and I do the presents Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. I try to do the with the kids because I want to see their reactions,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
So it's pretty controlled in that way.
Okay.
But then we go to my brother's house and my parents come over and everything, and then that's where there's 6 kids.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it's just, I mean, we're all in one little room and it's just a ball. So there's really no control. That's
Okay, that's
so
fair.
I get both.
Yeah,
I
okay.
get both.
Oh, okay, great. I
Yeah.
thought I was going to offend you.
No,
It was
no,
going to
no.
be fun, but
Okay, hot take,
what's your hot take?
which I think you're going to agree with this,
Yeah, okay.
is the Elf on a Shelf.
No, see, I don't
You
agree.
don't?
I like Elf on the Shelf. Now,
But
here's
you
what
don't have one.
we don't have one because I think next year is when we'll.
You are.
Okay, here's why I like Elf on the
Wow.
Shelf. I just think it's so fun. So it reminds me of, I feel like when we were growing up, this would happen on St. Patrick's Day.
The leprechauns
would come.
I do love
And
the
I feel like my
leprechaun.
dad sometimes would like dye the toilet green or
Yeah.
like there'd be little
I do
footprints.
that.
And I
I
thought
do
that
that.
was so fun.
But
and
that's one day.
I know, but I just think, and now you don't even have to be creative because everything is already thought of.
So-
All you have to do is go on Pinterest and type in.
No, and I do appreciate and enjoy the fun little things like when the elf is tied up and the Barbies are around him or
Yes.
something, and I actually think that's really fun and
Marshmallow
creative.
poop, yeah.
What I don't like is the idea of, this elf is spying and reporting back.
Yeah, no, I don't like that
So
either.
that's, and of course
Yeah.
you don't have to do that with
Yeah, yeah.
yours, but that just
Well,
it's weird.
It's similar to how I feel about Santa.
It's
Like,
the-
I
yeah,
don't like
it's
the
the-
aspect of Santa of like, you
the
better be
naughty
good
or
or
nice
Santa's not
list.
going to bring you gifts.
No,
like,
no.
I don't love that aspect of Santa. I love the fun aspect of Santa of just
Right.
like, it's just part of the Christmas experience. And it's just fun to like, if they believe in it, it's like great.
Sure.
And I feel the same way about Elf on the Shelf. I don't like, oh yeah, he's reporting every night to Santa. Like
Right.
that's too much. But yeah, just like that it's fun that it's somewhere different and creative. I think that's fun.
Well, in the names of these elves, because my kids have them at school.
Yeah, because they have to name them.
And one of them is like snowflake sprinkled chippy or something.
Chippy.
So they call him sometimes. This morning I asked Remington, he was referring to Snowflake, and I was like, I thought you called him Chippy. He's like, Mom, Chippy is his last name.
Oh.
And he put me
Like,
in my
I'm
place.
so sorry.
But then I heard another kid with another elf. Theirs is Chippy. It's like they have
No, my niece and nephew who live in North Carolina, I'm pretty sure theirs is Sparkle Rainbow or Rainbow Sparkle or something.
There's Rainbow Sparkles. There's Chippies. There's a lot of the same. And then yesterday at church, a girl told me hers is named Eleanor. So it's like very, it's
so
like
formal.
very
She's a
classy
proper. She's
and
a
like-
proper elf. Eleanor does not play. Eleanor does report back to Santa. Eleanor
has a clipboard that is taking
Eleanor is
notes
not
on you.
fun. Her pants are too tight, and she is not having fun this Christmas. Eleanor.
No offense to any Eleanors out there. It's a beautiful name. But for an
Sure,
elf,
but for like a fun elf, I'm sorry, it's just not where I'm going. Okay, do you have a favorite Christmas carol?
So, well, I want to do 2 categories. Like one like Jesus centered and then one fun, I really am into this there's been 3 albums. It's called, I think, like, it's not Philly's Finest. I forgot what they call it, but there's a couple of Philadelphia Eagle NFL players.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Didn't I
yeah.
tell you about this? That they've put together these Christmas albums.
Yeah, but Jason Kelsey, he's the one who does it, doesn't
he's
he?
One of them. But they sing White Christmas, and it's him and it's another guy, and this guy's voice, I don't know his name. Sorry, it's incredible.
And he's an Eagles football player?
Huge. I'm talking huge. And his voice is like this angelic.
I gotta look it up right now.
You've got to listen to it. And it's in my head. I just was singing it in the shower.
That is so funny.
And so I love a White Christmas. I think it's so fun.
What are the people? Oh, Philadelphia Eagles.
The
Here it
Philadelphia
is.
Eagles. What is it? Dun, dun.
Right, let me fast forward to a good part.
You got to get to the part where. Okay, so that might be Jason. I think that's Jason Kelsey.
my gosh.
I'm obsessed with it. I discovered it last year, and it's my favorite Christmas song, like on an album.
No, that's amazing.
It's incredible. So I have that one, and then
Wow.
probably like, I would say it took a minute because I started following the Lord as a teenager, but like it took a minute for me to like actually worship during Christmas songs, because no one just like ever taught me that these songs are truly worship songs. So I love being in church singing those classic worship like Christmas carol songs. So really anything. I love Joy to the World. I love an old time Christmas song. You revamp a little bit.
You gotta revamp. Okay, my fun one is the Grinch theme song from the animated one. It is brilliant. I'm sorry, but it's so good. It's so clever, and it's so catchy. I love it so much. And then my serious one, I mean, Oh Holy Night. I'm kind of the same way. I feel like Christmas songs have been a slow burn, and it's only really like in the past couple of years where I'm like, oh, this is actually an incredible worship song.
Yeah.
And Oh Holy Night, one, it's so hard to sing, and so anytime it's sung in church, I always just like get goosebumps out, because it's usually like the best vocalist is singing, and that note at the end is like so beautiful, and it's just it's just the gospel. I mean, it's such a beautiful summary
to like
of
lift your hands in worship and like actually reflect on the words.
Yeah.
It hits on a soul level.
Yeah, the line in Oh Holy Night, his power and glory, something evermore. It's just like, yeah, Jesus came as a baby, but all of God's power and glory came in that moment. And you can talk about it as, a swaddled baby in a manger, and he was that. And he was this tiny package of all of God's power and glory.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy. Like, it's not just a normal birth.
Reflecting on the Incarnation is one of my favorite things to do, and it moves me probably to like the deepest point of worship for me is to just reflect on it and think about, like what you're saying is the King of Kings came down to this nasty world as a baby, like as a baby that like he relinquished his power while still having it. But like in all humanity and all divinity, he came as a baby, grew up, and it just blows my mind.
Like he put those limitations on himself.
Yeah.
He put the limitations, like he didn't come out of the womb preaching, teaching and all of that. Like he came out crying and he couldn't talk and had to learn to talk and learn to walk. Like he put those limitations on himself.
Right. Like he depended, like he drank his mom's milk.
Yeah.
He had whatever sort of diaper they had back then. Like then he grew into a teenager and he went through puberty.
Like, Jesus pooped himself.
He had zits and stuff. And
maybe not. I don't know. Probably.
I mean, I think but all through it is he's sinless and he's perfectly obedient and he's perfectly self-controlled until the time where God the Father says, okay, now it's the time for you to do your ministry here.
He was probably such a fun toddler, because I feel like 3 years old is so fun. I mean, see the conversation about being so captured by the magic of Christmas, the stuff that comes out of Sonny's mouth at 3, Jubilee the same way. Like, it's so funny. But there's such a shadow, because also they can be literal monsters.
Right.
He was all the fun of toddlerhood.
Perfectly obedient.
So fun. His mom was probably she probably just had a book of like stuff Jesus says that's like not the Bible stuff. Like it's just like funny stuff.
And it's so crazy to me that we know so little about his childhood. I mean, we have like 3 verses about him as a kid, as a, when his parents leave him behind and him in the temple, and it says he grew in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man.
That's all we know.
And I pray that over my kids.
Probably.
It's like,
the Incarnation, it really is so crazy when you actually sit and meditate on it, because you can accept Christmas as what everybody knows it to be, how we celebrate the birth. But okay, then we always just jump to him as an adult.
Is it right?
But when you really sit and think about what happened from birth to 33,
right?
I mean, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
that's my age right now.
Right.
And I think about it, I'm like, I've lived so much life, I feel like, in 30 years. And he lived all of that life.
There's no cross and no resurrection without the incarnation.
That's right. And he chose to do it. He
Yeah.
chose to put flesh on his body, put limitations on, and come down that way. Like, it's just it's so pure. Okay, so now heading into...
Wait.
What?
Can we please talk about the worst Christmas song?
Oh, sure. Okay.
You know, the weirdest...
I feel like... Oh, I saw Mommy Kissing Santa.
No, I wouldn't even say
I feel like
that
that's
one.
Weird.
I mean, that's weird, but the other one,
What's
Santa Baby, Baby It's Cold Outside. Like,
no, Baby It's Cold Outside is a great song, and everyone, it got canceled in culture.
Is Santa Baby?
Santa Baby's one, like, Santa Baby.
I know.
And hurry down the chimney.
Yeah, that's
tonight.
the one. That's the one.
Yeah, that's weird. I feel like it's the same sentiment of Mommy Saw.
Yeah, they're both.
I saw
it's
Mommy
way
Kissing
too
Santa.
weird.
No, you know what the weirdest one is? Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
I actually like that one. It's just weird and funny, but
it's actually so dark though.
I mean,
Grandma literally dies.
I don't let my kids listen to that.
No, Sonny's obsessed with it.
Oh,
and
really?
I just wasn't even thinking because it's such a fun, catchy song.
Yeah, but no.
And yeah, clearly it's such like
dies.
a noob parent move. But then we're listening to it, and then I'm like, wait, this is actually so depressing. Grandma literally goes out in the snow on Christmas Eve and dies. And they find her on Christmas morning. And it's just, and we're just singing about it.
Okay, but the other one, those just are weird to me because they're like inappropriate. The one that makes me want to claw my eyes out is Last Christmas. Last Christmas, you played with my heart.
Oh, I don't mind that one.
They play it at every store.
Yeah.
At every, I mean,
they do.
Listen, I know people feel the same way about Mariah Carey, but
whatever. That is the anthem of Christmas.
But that is like
objectively.
Yeah, you can't get over it. Last Christmas,
you're over it. I'm fine with Last Christmas. Okay. All right. Headed into the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, thinking about this year, what was the best part of this year? What was the hardest part of this year?
I would say that they have to do with each other. And it would probably be more recent is just the journey of getting off my anxiety medicine and really kind of stepping into a new season of just wellness. And so it's like finding the gym that we're at, just eating healthier, like just doing some more stuff for health and wellness. Mm-hmm. And simultaneously, the hardest thing is getting off of it and walking through like what that has been emotionally and feeling things that I haven't felt in a while and figuring out how to regulate those feelings when with parenting, with marriage, with just day-to-day life. So I would say both of them together.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I would say the best part, the hardest part was the transition from 1 to 2 kids was challenging for us. And we just had to like learn new rhythms. I felt like this was a year of figuring out how to say no and like put in boundaries and focus on our family and what are the things that we can do and what can we not do. And with one, it's like you kind of just do whatever with the one. And when when Wes would have Sonny, then I could do what I wanted to do. It wasn't a big deal for me to leave or for him to go do something fun because it's just like we just have one kid. But with 2, it just kind of ups the ante a little bit. And you kind of feel bad leaving your partner at night. Like, you know, you got to do bedtime on your own, whatever. And for 2 kids. And so it was just like 2 has been a really big adjustment for us. But that being said, I feel like within the year, like if you were to ask me in February, I was drowning in how to work full time and have 2 kids and all the things. And I felt so unhealthy and I just like didn't feel good and all the things. Now, fast forward, I feel like we really then ended up finding our rhythm of being a family of 4. And same thing, like I've been on kind of a wellness journey since mid-October. So it's only been a couple months, but understanding that like our bodies are part of what God gave us to steward and not accepting, I don't know, like I went on kind of like a root cause type deal. Not that I don't believe in medicine, But I just also believe that sometimes, like, if you have something showing up, like, there could be a root to it. And to go down that path of why is that happening? And has that always been the case in my body? And then what triggers that? And how can I approach it like that? So we've been working out and eating better. And I've just been working with some different people on just like some symptoms that have been showing up in my body and trying to tackle those and how it relates to hormones and all the things. And I honestly feel better than I have felt since before having Sunny. So almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Which I just kind of forgot that it was possible to feel this way. Sure. And when you have kids, like, everything just, like, jacked me up. Like, it just... And I don't think I realized how off I felt until you feel good. And then you realize, like, oh, I was definitely, like, off.
Well, yeah, because you get caught in bad habits. You get caught in your body... You, like you say, you don't even really know until you're out of it because your body just adapts and it just survives and goes through it. And things that used to work don't work anymore because we're getting older and we're changing. Yeah. And like, especially women, just the hormonal aspect of it. And I mean, I think that's what I'm realizing more is like, oh, the thing that worked 5 years ago or the thing that I could get away with and still feel good or still feel healthy, just it doesn't work anymore. And it's like having to figure out and adapt.
Yeah. This is like such a random example, but this is kind of just like a micro example of the bigger thing that's happened to me that I just, an example of I didn't realize something was wrong. But when we first started going to the gym and I would lay on the bench, I couldn't put my feet like flat on the ground on either side of the bench. So I would like put my feet, I would like sit them on the bench. And Wes was like, why are you putting your feet on the bench? And I was like, oh, I just like feel better doing this. Someone taught me this like when I worked out a long time ago that you can put your feet on the bench or whatever. And the reason I couldn't put my feet on the floor is like my hip flexors have been so tight.
Yeah.
But I just thought I like either was too short or like, I just thought it wasn't comfortable.
Right.
And now when I lay on the bench and I like put my feet flat on the floor and I have so much mobility in my hips, I'm like, wait, I have been living with the tightest hip flexors
and you didn't even know.
ever. And now literally walking feels different. It's so wild. Right. And so it's little stuff like that I wouldn't have necessarily been able to peg. Like I got tight hip flexors. And is that revolutionizing my life? No, but, it's just like a little example of... Oh my gosh. Like,
I should have said something months ago. I noticed your tight hip flexors and I should have said something, but
well, no, I'm walking in freedom because I have loose hip flexors. Okay, so headed into 2025, what are you excited for? What are you going into 2025? You know, we don't love resolutions around here, but it doesn't mean you can't have goals and prayers going into 2025 or into a new year. What are you kind of going in with?
Yeah, I think this 2025 is going to be a year that's going to push me a lot, specifically with leadership at work. I've been working on a big project over the past year, and so it's kind of like, you know, you get to the finish line, but the finish line's actually the starting line. So this whole next year is going to be a really big. I think it's going to be uncomfortable for me, which I'm not necessarily excited about. But like at the same time, I know that that's where God does his stuff is when we're stretched and we're uncomfortable and we're pushed to rely on him more. I've been through so many times in my life that's the case. Like that's how he works. It's through trials. It's through being uncomfortable. It's through getting out of your little safe internal mindset or whatever that looks like. And so part of me is a little bit like, oh, giddy up, here we go, buckle up, buttercup. And okay, God, I know you're gonna do your thing. You always do. He's just so faithful. He's not gonna leave us where we are. And I'm not like a very forward visionary type person. I'm kind of like, I don't like change. I'm good here, and we'll just do the little baby steps. And so part of that's a little bit scary because it's like, what is it gonna be in a year? But it's always you just got to look back to see God's faithfulness.
Yeah, for sure.
Over and over.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, similarly, I feel like 2025 is going to be just a big year of growth for me too. I'm really excited about what Neighbors is going to look like throughout 2025, and some things that I've started praying for and through, and just like the direction of it. And yeah, I'm so, Neighbors is such a funny thing because it's like I only have control over so much with it. It's one of those things in my life that if God, I have no idea what God's going to do with it. And that's so fun and exciting and scary, but we could sit in these chairs literally this time next year, and I just don't know like what the story of Neighbors will be. And there's so much, it's required a lot of faith of just like, I'm going to try and do my best to go in the direction I think he's calling. But ultimately, like, he has to show up for it to happen. And so I'm really excited to continue on that journey. And then, I'm really excited for the women's encounter. And for anybody that doesn't know what that is, at the church of 1122 that we work at, Caitlyn for the past 6 years has led something called the Women's Encounter. And it's a weekend of deepening your relationship with the Lord with fellow women. And this year it's new, which this might be part of your growth and leadership and change, is it's going to be really different than it's been for the past 5 years. And it's going to be local in Jacksonville. We have Lisa Turkhurst who's going to be teaching. Caitlyn and I are both teaching. Meredith Andrews is coming to lead worship. I don't know. I think God is going to move in a way that weekend. I just feel so expectant for it. And I just think he's going to blow us away. And we're doing so much more work, like intentional work, because it's going to be bigger and all the things. But I still think it's so small compared to like what God's going to do that weekend.
No, I agree with you. I'm glad you brought that up too, because I'm so excited about that, because it's one of those things that over the past 6 years, I've just tried to be faithful with. And God has blown me away every single time of just, we're going to show up, like we're going to plan what we can, God, me and these other amazing women, this team that he's given me, we're just going to show up. We're going to just ask you. Like, that's all I do. I literally just ask him, what do you want us to talk about? Who do you want to say it? And he just tells me. And we just do it. And then he heals people. I mean, he restores marriages. He brings up forgiveness. We've had women say, I have held on to unforgiveness for 40 years. And I'm forgiving this weekend, right? There's just over and over, endless amounts. Multiple women have come up to me over the years and said, after an encounter, I read the whole Bible in a year, and it changed my entire life. And not just my life, it changed my family's life. Someone gave me an aloe plant. She said, you helped healing in my life. I want to bring healing to your family. Aww. It was like so, it's just so impactful. And I'm so humbled. Like, I'm always just like, God, like, I'm nobody, like all I just want to do is be faithful. And you keep bringing these women, and these women with all different skill sets and just like things I'm in awe of. And you keep healing, and you keep giving breakthroughs, and you keep just drawing more women to you. And now I do feel like there's going to be like kind of a turning of a leaf of saying, now what? Like, we've been faithful and let's see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, I'm really excited for that in 2025. Anything else as we head into the new year that you want our neighbors to know?
I would just say, as an encouragement, I know this is coming out on Christmas Day, which is for some people it's a really fun day. For other people, it's a really hard day and a hard season. And for me, every time this year, it's a lot of mixed emotions. Like, I love this time of year. It's festive. It's fun. There's so many times with friends, which, like, you give me good food and friends, I'm set, right? But simultaneously, as long as I can remember, I get like these feelings of kind of depression a little bit, and these feelings of uncertainty, and some of it is rooted in, I just get so out of my routine. I get out of my routine of being in the Word. I get caught up in the hustle and bustle of getting the gifts and the consumerism. Like, by the end of December, I kind of feel gross,
icky,
icky, because I'm like, oh my goodness, like, just been spin, and I want this, and there's so much I. And so just really kind of as an encouragement of like, some of our listeners might feel that same way, and in Christ there's no condemnation. He's just saying, hey, I'm right here. Just keep coming to me.
Yeah, that's good.
So like pick up the Bible and start reading it. Listen to it in the car. Like get the Bible app and just listen to it. Just being read over you.
Yeah.
There's so much this time of year that we feel like we have to do. We have to sit down and do a family Bible study together, and then we have to do this, and we have to buy this and everything, every event. And it gets so overwhelming that we've missed reflecting on the Incarnation. We've missed just like sitting and being still and just being thankful, like grateful, God, for my life, for everything that you've given me. So
yeah,
I think I love to reflect on the year at the end of the year and go into the new year with the resolution thing is not my cup of tea, but really just saying, wow, like God, look what you've done this year. Ask him to bring up stuff that maybe you've forgotten, the hard, the good, all of it. And then just worship him. Just thank him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course, we talked about just the fun of Christmas and the festivities and everything, but the holidays are really hard for some people. And if that's you listening, like just remember that the thing about seasons is they come to an end, and there are new mercies in the morning. And that's not just like a coffee mug saying, that is scripture.
Yeah.
Like that is God telling us that seasons do come to an end. The dark nights, they do come to an end. And not that you just need to like muscle through the holidays, but also know that when pain is illuminated or highlighted in high family festive seasons like this, it's easy to feel like this is just never going to end, and that pit in your stomach is going to be there forever. But we're all going to get to January, and we're all going to get to turn new leaves, and we're all going to head into a new season together. And so just like hold on to that, like not that it's going to make your circumstances better, but like you're not going to feel so illuminated or isolated as you might feel right now,
Yeah, and I think what it drives me to ultimately is just that eternal mindset.
Yeah.
Of you simultaneously you can have these really hard or like sadness. Maybe you've lost someone and this is your first Christmas without them. Maybe maybe it's illuminated that your family dynamic is not what you wish it would be. Your marriage, your parents, your whatever it may be, and you feel that. And so it's pointing you to like one day in Christ, if you trust Jesus, one day there won't be any sadness. There won't be any broken families, right? And on the flip side, you experience these really fun things like hanging out with friends and parties and celebrating. And you're like, this is amazing. And it's just like, it's a tiny little sliver of what's to be.
That's right.
Right? Like when I'm with you and our friends out to dinner and we're celebrating, I'm like, this is so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so thankful. And one day we're all going to be able to be at the feast with Jesus and be in perfect community with each other.
Yeah.
And we're not going to have to worry about getting off anxiety meds or having a miscarriage or whatever that may be, So it's like, for me, it just pushes me to that eternal mindset.
So good. I love it. Well, Merry Christmas. I love you. I'm thankful for you. Can't wait for the new year. And sign up for our Patreon and come hang out with us.
Should we sign out with a little song? Remember the one I was singing at the beginning?
Yeah. No, I don't like that
Come
one.
on. What?
No.
Okay, what
was your favorite Christmas song again?
I said, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones.
Oh, you're going higher and higher. Thanks for listening. We'd love for you to join us in The Neighborhood, our Patreon community. It's a space for the good, the hard, and the hilarious. A place where real life happens. It's $5 a month or any additional amount you choose. You'll get a podcast episode once a week from Caitlyn and I, plus additional videos, early access to events and merch, and more fun things we'll do along the way. So come join us by going to patreon.com/neighborspodcast and sign up. We'll see you in the neighborhood. And if you enjoy Neighbors, we'd love for you to leave us a 5-star review anywhere you listen to the podcast, or subscribe and give this video a thumbs up on YouTube. Sharing is the best way to help our conversations make it into more corners of life. To grab your favorite Neighbors merch or resources, you can head to our website, theneighborspodcast.com. Neighbors is produced by Logger Creative, audio by Taylor Minning, and music by Austin and Lindsay Adamak. See you next time.
Brighter days, and mercies every